للناس وبينات من الهدى القرآن هدى للناس. This much still fails to comply with the ahkam of this religion, failed the Ramadan. What do I mean? When Allah Azza wa Jal said this is the Quran, Al-Qur'anu hudan linnasi wa bayyinatin min al-huda wal furqan. This Quran is hudan linnas, not just you and me. Entire humanity can get benefit and guidance from it. This is a global positioning system. They call it GPS. This GPS will guide the humanity towards success in this life and hereafter. But Muslims own it in a sense, but they themselves decline to take lessons out of it. Allah says, Hudan linnas, Muslim, you in Ramadan, month of Quran, but you are not accepting the message, not complying with the message of the Quran. I suppose that you are fasting also, but you're not respecting the month of fasting in which the Quran was revealed. Al-Qur'anu hudan linnasi wa bayyinatin min al-huda. This huda, this guidance is not like something vague, something incomplete, something not really understandable. Allah said, this is hudan linnas wa bayyinatin min al-huda. Explicitly clear guidance with proof and evidence. It is not conjecture. It is not opinion. It is not understanding. This is absolute guidance. There is a difference between something being absolute and something being relative. Absolute is the point of reference. Relative is upon you look at the absolute point and you define, are you sticking to the norm or not? So Quran is absolute and everything else is relative to the Quran. Hudan linnas wa bayyinatin min al-huda. And what? Wal furqan. Surah number 25 in the Quran. Furqan means a criterion. What is a criterion? It is a system. It is a logical analysis. It is a structure through which you look and find solution for every issue. How am I going to run the society? I pray in the masjid, that's fine. I fast in the Ramadan, that's fine. But how am I supposed to run this society? Economics, the banking system, the hudud, the shari, the rules and regulations, the penal code. How am I supposed to run this? Wal furqan, a criterion. You go there and look at it and find solution for every problem, including social rules, penal code, rules of economics, social justice, engagement with foreign dignitaries, engagement in war. This every detail is needed that you are not clear exactly how I'm going to address this. You go to the Furqan. Then Allah Azza wa Jal first introduced a month and signified the greatness of this month by what was revealed in the month. Al-Qur'anu hudan linnasi wa bayyinatin min al-huda wal furqan. Faman shahida minkum ash-shahr. After giving introduction of the month and what was revealed in the month and its significance and greatness and importance, then Allah said, in this month, if you are alive and you're not woman kana maridan ala safar, if you're not sick and you're not traveling, then you must fast. So this is the time that we must prepare for this month. So we waited so long for this month, so we need to maximize our benefit. The Ramadan is one of the pillars of Islam. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بني الإسلام على خمس. Religion is built upon 5 pillars. Every house, at least you have 4 pillars in 4 corners. What is the purpose of the pillar? The roof doesn't collapse on your head. So the dunya and the akhirah don't collapse on my head, so I can stay up under it. I have 5 pillars of this religion. It's supposed to upheld the roof above my head so it doesn't collapse on me, so I don't get destroyed in the dunya and we don't get destroyed in akhirah. So fasting has a greater purpose than remaining hungry. It is one part of it. This is the ritual part of it. This is the legal part of it. This is the shari'i part of it. But there is essence behind it. What is the essence? Ramadan is a pillar of the religion. And every pillar supports the house. And this pillar supports the religion. My religious gain. What do I mean? After I go through the month of Ramadan, I'm a different person. I'm a different person. Why I'm a different person? Because Ramadan aligns, being a pillar, it aligns with the objective of this creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning Allah created this creation for a purpose and gave the pillar to support that purpose. What is that purpose? Surah Zariyah, Surah 51, verse 56, يقول الله عز وجل وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. Allah said, I have created the jinn and insan for no purpose except they worship me. Now here is the point to realize in the lugha, that Allah did not say that I have created the jinn and insan to pray. Allah didn't say that. إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. They don't do anything else. Yes, that's right. They don't sleep. They don't eat. They don't breathe. They worship Allah Azza wa Jal. That's crazy. Yes. But what it meant needs some explanation to it. But that is in general sense, you don't breathe, you don't eat, you don't blink your eyes. You worship Allah Azza wa Jal. But if eating and sleeping is part of the worship, if it is done the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted. If getting married is your life, but if it's done from the Kitab or Sunnah, this is the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thereby fulfilling the objective of this creation. وَمَا خَلَقُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So therefore my business next door in the store, my car, my education, my house, everything must comply with the objective of the Allah's creation, meaning complying with the ahkam of the sharia, of the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thereby they will be considered an act of worship and fulfilling the objective, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, including the month of Ramadan. So Muslims' month of Ramadan is another month just not eating. That's absolutely not Ramadan. This is absolutely not Ramadan. This is absolutely not Ramadan. Because generation to generation, because of the culture I have seen myself, the Ramadan is another month. Ramadan is not another month. It's not. Allah says, "Shahr Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran." Allah described the description of this month, thereby it is not any month. And anybody thinks so, they're making a mistake. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم جاءني جبريل فقال, Jibril came to me, said, شقي عبد أدرك رمضان فانسلخ منه ولم يغفر له كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم فقلت آمين صلى الله عليه وسلم. Jibril came to me and said that whoever got the month of Ramadan and he slipped away from him and he did not maximize the benefit, meaning did not get forgiven for his sins, he is worse, he is wretched, he is just lost. And Ramadan must bring some change in my life. And I've been fasting for 20, 30, 40 years. I'm the same Muhammad before the Ramadan, after Ramadan. What a loss. And this nation need to change. These cultural limitations need to be overcome. And this over and over they're doing it. And this religion, people of this religion been lost. And we're supposed to be the people who lead the nations. And we are now being led by others. Just because I do not understand my religion. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give the tawfiq to understand that. Ramadan has a definitive purpose. This is a general purpose. There is a definitive purpose, specific purpose. يقول الله عز وجل كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Ramadan been prescribed to people before us with a single objective, so I could be conscious about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I fast 20 years. Did it increase my consciousness? If it didn't, I'm going to ask myself, what is the point? You go to a job, you work 40 hours. Have you received the check? No. You work 6 months. Have you received the check? No. So what are you doing? What are you going to work for? You fasting, but you did not get the benefit of fasting. You bought fruits. You're licking the fruit from outside. You need to peel it and get the juice out of it. You're not getting it. The nation's been doing this and over again and continue to fail. And this is their failure because they do not understand exactly what to get out of Ramadan. Allah said, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Taqwa is an element. It is a central element for to be successful in both lives. Taqwa is a barrier. It is a guardrail. It is a consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anytime I do something which appears to be wrong, I'm going to step back and research and understand, should I be doing it? And before Ramadan, I didn't do that. After Ramadan, I must be doing it because لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. And what is taqwa? Taqwa is a fruit that brings people closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَلَا إِنَّ أَوْلِيَاءَ اللَّهِ لَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, verily, the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning in some cultures, wali means something mystical. It's not the case. If you can read the root word walaya, what that means. But Allah become you connected. He become your protector. He becomes your friend. And how you become friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. those who have faith. وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ. And they are conscious about Allah. And Ramadan is a tool which brings consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Elevate the thinking process, remembering Allah is watching over me. So I will be conscious what I do in my bedroom. I'll be conscious what I do in my job, what I do in the masjid, at the presence of people, at the absence of people. And we will make mistake, and we're human. But whenever we make mistake, we say Allah is watching over me. Rabbik firli. Allah forgive me. I did wrong. Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi. Allah, I have oppressed myself. This is consciousness. Nobody has to see me because Allah is already seeing me. And this consciousness, development, this consciousness is the process through which you attain it is month of Ramadan. And we fast many years. Have I achieved it? We need to ask ourselves. And taqwa is a matter of heart. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم التقوى ها هنا صلى الله عليه وسلم referred to the heart, pointed to the heart multiple times, saying that taqwa has a container, as a carrier, has a vehicle, which is the heart. If the heart is diseased and problematic, overwhelmed with the matters of the dunya, thereby it cannot retain or sustain taqwa. So I need to clean up the heart. Well, I need to clean up my heart. إِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارُ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ. It is not the blindness of the eyes, rather the blindness of the heart. Heart has a problem. فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَض. The disease in their heart. Disease of the dunya. حُبُّ الدُّنْيَا. Excessive attachment to the matters of the dunya. I have to get more. You know you're not going to live here and your stuff going to stay behind. You're collecting something which will outlast you. What is the point? مَا لَكُمْ أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ. What is the problem? What is the common sense? But you continue rushing behind things. I know that I'm not going to hold it. And that's not the bad part of it. The worst part is this, that you are achieving the dunya in means which is not liked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is not approved by Allah azza wa jal. For example, buying a 5-bedroom house, going to the bank with riba. فَذَرُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. The declaration of war from Allah azza wa jal. I continue, brother. What can I do? This is America. So what? What that's supposed to mean? What that's supposed to mean? You fasted the month of Ramadan, my brother, my sister. And you and I both fast. And I continue doing things which Allah doesn't like. But I still fast. What do I get out of fasting? لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Have I got it? If not, we need to think about it. This is a problem. This is very sad and pathetic. This is not a lecture. It requires us to sit down and cry for a few hours to really lighten the heart. There's so much pain in there. This Muslim, 1.8 billion Muslims, been fasting for years and years, no change in character. Lying, cheating, deceiving, arguing, fighting. This nation been destroyed by these diseases, and they continue to be such. They go to Hajj and Umrah filled up with people, but the character of the people didn't change. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما بعثت لأتمم مكارم الأخلاق. مكارم الأخلاق, to rectify the character to the level of nobility, to the highest level. He came to change people. People are not changing. They continue to do worship rituals, but the essence remains missing from the people. And we need to change those things. And Ramadan is the time to reflect upon that. So we need to really work on the heart to benefit from the month of Ramadan. Now, I said a lot of harsh word, and it is not exciting and entertaining, or not people may not be too receptive about it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has some sweet words also in the Kitab and the Sunnah regarding this. So what is in there for me? You saying all this good and tough stuff. Okay. What is in there for me? I'm going to fast the 30 days. What else do I get? Tell me something about reward. Yes, there's reward. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, this 3 hadith, similar language, all can Bukhari Muslim. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. Another hadith, من قام رمضان. Another hadith, من قام ليلة القدر. But all of them say إيمانا واحتسابا. It has to have faith and seeking reward from Allah, Allah only. This is matter of tawheed. Shirk comes seeking reward from people. Message of tawheed, I do ibadah for Allah Azza wa Jal and seek reward from Him and Him only. إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. So whoever fast in the month of Ramadan, whoever do stay up in the odd last 5 nights seeking the month of night of Laylatul Qadr, night of power, those who stay up night for the entire in many places. Qiyamul Layl, whoever does it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if it's done for His pleasure and with faith, Allah will forgive their minor sins. Major sins, kabair requires istighfar to Allah subhanahu inni laghafara liman tab. So we should ask Allah's forgiveness, a lot of them in month of Ramadan as well. Month of Ramadan in which you have the night of so-called night of power. يقول الله عز وجل ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. ايش التفضيل? Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says is month of that night in the month of Ramadan is better than 1,000 nights. Now the 1,000 months. Now the point is, 1,000, is it literal sense or is just an example? If you consider a minimum as a literal sense, that's over 83 years. Most of the people don't live 83 years. That means one night, if I can get it, then I'm going to hit 83 years plus of active ibadah. Subhanallah. If somebody tell you, you just work 1 hour, rest of the life, you don't have to work. You retire. Who in the world would not want the job? Allah says, if you hit one night, entire life is covered. If it's done in the right manner. And still we are careless. Odd nights we be choking, drinking coffee, laughing around. Etikaf, people do etikaf, they're also playing around, joking around. This is party time. Muslim missing opportunities. At least the ritual aspect they have been missing. Forget the essence of the religion. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding to follow it. Now there's many fadail you're going to hear from throughout the whole month. I'm not a person of a lot of fadail, but even though I do speak few moments on that, you can figure out there's a lot of benefits in the month of Ramadan. But I'm going to talk about the critical aspect of it. Allah gave us intelligence to reflect and analyze, not just copy paste. This is another problem with this ummah. Read the book and copy paste, don't analyze. Intellectual failure, shallow thinking. And this is another problem with this ummah, regardless who they are. So I'm going to ask myself, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful, gives 10 times of hasanat every good deed I do. If I intend to do a good deed, but I don't do it, He still give me hasanat. And He may range from 1 time, 10 times to 700 even plus. بِغَيْرِ hisab. He gives whatever He wants. Nobody can stop Him. It is His kingdom. Say He give you 10 times only, not 700 times. And if I do some mistake without knowing it, I'm forgiven already. And if I knowingly do something, I ask forgiveness, He forgives me too. Imagine, Inna Allah dhu fadlan ala nas. So much favor from Allah Azza wa Jal. Even then, many of us, may Allah protect us, who will be in the Jahannam, in the hellfire. Now, who will be blamed for that? Who will be blamed for that? All this benefit, easy, all these advantages I can take from this religion. Even then, I will fail. Whom should I blame day of judgment? Except myself. يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي. I wish I had done some good for this life. أي حياة حياتي في يوم القيامة. This hayat. He's not talking about this one, that one. So Muslims need to really start thinking in terms of day of judgment, and we were lacking that too much. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولي ولكم لسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. استغفر الله. اللهم صل. إن الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. And this is the month of Quran. This is the month, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. What is this Quran? I already discussed this, but it needs to be a little more touching. This Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن. أي قرآن؟ شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. That Quran. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال للناس. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave examples to the people. What is the example? If this Quran been revealed upon a mountain, that will crumble. Not because the physical weight of the book. No, it's not. It's only 2 pounds. But the essence of the book. So many of us only in the number of pages of the Quran, not the essence of the Quran. It is not the pages of the Quran that will crumble the mountain. The awe of the Quran. Awe of the Quran. Looking at it, the majestic, the greatness of it. And I kiss it, but don't follow it. By the way, those who kiss the Quran, this is not from the Sunnah of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The man who loved the book of Allah, knew the book of Allah, cared for the book of Allah more than anybody, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he did not kiss the Quran. Why are you kissing a book? What is the point? What that's supposed to mean, really? Loving, respect. What are you getting? lie. This is not the way. Which قال الله قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم على فهم السلف. This is the religion. What Allah said and His Prophet said, how the companions understood. What Umar said, Abu Bakr said, Ali said, Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala anhum. Whatever they said, that is the religion, how the people learn from them. What my Imam say, your Imam say, these are opinions. What the Prophet said, this is the Sharia of this deen. So that's how the religion has to establish. We have different religion in different country and different culture because we have our own version of it. Wallahi, I'm a logical person. Sometimes I just don't get it. I've thought a lot about 20, 30 years, been thinking about it. I just don't understand the thinking of human. Like, what kind of thing? It's so straightforward and simple. Why are you making it so complicated? Anyway, let's come back to the Quran. Now, the Quran is huda lin-nas bayyinatin min al-huda. So I need to look at the Quran, which is recited in Tarawih, and don't get out of the masjid, start backbiting somebody else. I'm not following the Quran. I'm only listening to the Quran. Quran, we listen, sam'a ta'a, we listen and translate that to obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وما كان لمؤمن ولا مؤمنة إذا قضى الله ورسوله أمرا أن يكون من خيرة من أمرهم. When Allah and His Prophet give a dictation, a rule and regulation, we have no option but to comply. We listen, but we do not comply. So we do tarawih, do khatam after khatam. What the khatam supposed to do? The Quran should be reflected in my life. Prophet Sallallahu Huwa khuluqul Quran. قالت عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها. Prophet Sallallahu is the manifestation of the Quran. As a Muslim, we should be manifestation of the Quran. As the time is running, really, we don't have much of a time to talk about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ. The Quran is supposed to guide to the perfect, more well-founded and established path. If Quran is my guideline, why I look different than the Quran? Need to change. You did khatam, you did tarawih, you did tahajjud and all this stuff. But life didn't change. This is supposed to change a life, and we need to make it change our life one step at a time. And this Ramadan be the Ramadan that Allah give us the tawfiq to do so, inshallah. Now, last not the list, Quran may sound, and my words may sound very difficult. It is not. يقول الله عز وجل في سورة طه, surah number 20. طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى. Allah said Quran was not revealed to make things difficult for you. No. To not make it hard, not give you difficulties. يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر. Allah wants ease, doesn't want difficulty for you. The Quran is easy. Allah made it easy for you. Not easy from my point of view. Not easy based on my definition, because 1.8 billion Muslims may have their own definitions. Somebody feel taking drugs is easy for him. But Allah cannot approve that. Wallahu ya'lam antum la ta'lamun. Allah knows and you don't know. Therefore, Allah will tell you what is easy for you. I'm not going to dictate him, rather he will dictate me, because he's the Rabbul Izzati wal Jalal. We have to remember that. He calls the shot. So he subhanahu wa ta'ala says, sister, you need to dress certain manner. He says in Jum'ah, you cannot speak. He said, you cannot have business transaction in haram. And Allah said, and I'm a creation, I must listen to it. And this is the value and understanding and significance and the lessons of Ramadan. And I've been fasting many years. Am I doing it? If I'm not, there need to be some change among the Muslims. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq. Last not the list. Taking the time before it's too late. خُذْ مِنْ صِحَّتِكَ قَبْلَ مَرَضِكَ كَمَا قَالَ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. Take from your health before you get sick. Before you face difficulties. Look at people in Gaza. Hafizahumullah. Look at them. Their Ramadan, their Jum'ah, their Salah, their Siyam is gone. They're destroyed and murdered. And Allah Azza wa Jal keep us safe and sound and healthy. Let's take the advantage of this time before difficulty comes. Before difficult time comes, take advantage of this time. You in ease and safety. In a nice room, sitting down warm. Nice food, go home and car. And they don't have a life. It is a matter of days, it can change. While I have this time, let us take advantage of it before it's too late. And Allah is going to ask about this dead. Allah is going to ask about this ni'mah I'm enjoying. Others cannot. People of Bayt al-Aqsa cannot. And I am doing here. Still I've been ungrateful and disobedient to Allah. Allah is going to ask about it. Ramadan is coming. Let us prepare our psychology and the mindset and the structure that this Ramadan will be game changer for me. I'm going to make a difference in my life. I'm going to change my life. If the Quran and the Sunnah says this is my final word. I have nothing to say but to listen and obey. As long as this is sahih. Sunnah sahih. It cannot be any sunnah in any book. sunnah from the authenticated sunan from the people of hadith, who has described this hadith to be hasan and sahih. Except those are acceptable, I take it. Those are not, I don't take it. And this is how I'm going to, from today, conduct my business. Did Allah say that? This is authentic sunnah, I change it. It's difficult, try it hard. This life is short, my brother, sister. This month of Ramadan coming, we should take full advantage of it. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq to understand and make a lot of dua for the people in Palestine. And ask your congressperson and senator, and call Booker's office, call Melendez's office, and your district, whoever in the Congress, call them, let them know my tax dollar going there for a genocide. I don't agree with that. I'm paying from my pocket, and people having nice life there, free healthcare, free education, and I'm paying double of the tax here. Toll in the highway increasing. What is this? Social security being depleted. What's going to happen to the people in this country? I'm working hard giving tax for this country. You're sending to other places. Why? Even though for whatever purpose, I don't agree with that. Let alone genocide. Definitely not. This is not American values. This is the value of this country. This country was founded by the founding father in 1776, has a different agenda, not this. And I do not agree with that. Let your people in the rep, in the Congress and Senate, let them know that. It is important. We ask Allah to give us the tawfiq to do so. Brothers and sisters, there is some brothers came from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, Al-Quran Academy of Michigan. They have program in tahfiz and ilm and so on and so forth. They're collecting donations out of the masjid outside. Please donate for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they can, expand the matter of dawah in this for the Muslims in Michigan and elsewhere. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq to do so. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولي ولكم. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في الأرض يا رب العالمين. يا رب العرش العظيم. يا ذا القوة المتين. اللهم انصرهم. ثبت أقدامهم واهدهم سبل السلام. اللهم عليك باليهود الظالمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم عليك بهم. اللهم عليك باليهود الظالمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في الأرض. اللهم احفظهم. اللهم انصرهم. ثبت أقدامهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغير. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذريتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. أقيموا الصلاة رحمكم الله.
Assalamu alaikum. Jazakumullah khair, Sheikh. Wonderful khutbah. Please donate for the masjid. প্রতি লাইনে আমাদের ভলান্টিয়ার ভাইরা যদি কেউ না থাকে, আপনি নিজে যে আসেন লাইনের মাথায় কাইন্ডলি একটু হেল্প করেন মসজিদে ফান্ড কালেকশনের জন্য। প্লিজ ডোনেট জেনারেসলি ফর দ্য মসজিদ। জাজাকুমুল্লাহ খায়ের। টু অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট, আমাদের আগামীকালকে মুনাস সোশ্যাল সার্ভিসের পক্ষ থেকে ফুড ডিস্ট্রিবিউশন হবে 2 থেকে 3, 2টা থেকে 3টা পর্যন্ত। ইনশাআল্লাহ আপনারা পার্টিসিপেট করবেন। আর আমাদের শেখ বলছেন শেষে যে আল কোরআন একাডেমি অফ মিশিগান থেকে আমাদের কিছু ভাই আসছেন কালেকশন করার জন্য। আপনারা সকলে জানেন আমাদের হাফিজ রাহান ভাই, উনি আল কোরআন একাডেমির টিচার। উনি এখন আসতে পারেন নাই, উনি উমরাতে গিয়েছেন। তো এই জন্য আপনারা প্লিজ দয়া করে কেউ যা পারেন আপনারা, ওনারা বাইরে থাকবে, ক্রেডিট কার্ড হোক, ক্যাশ হোক, যা হোক, আপনারা ওনাদেরকে ডোনেট করে যাবেন। এই অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট। জাযাকুমুল্লাহ খাইর। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا. Please make your line straight and shouldn't be gap between yourself and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. استقيموا. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. استغفر الله. استغفر الله.
মুসলিয়ান জাস্ট একটা পে অ্যাটেনশন, একটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস। আপনারা সকলে জানেন হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ রিসেন্টলি খুব হ্যাকিং হচ্ছে। তো আমাদের মসজিদের যে গ্রুপটা মসজিদ আদম, এটা হ্যাক হয়ে গেছে। আমাদের কোনো এক ভাইয়ের কাছ থেকে ওরা পাসওয়ার্ডটা নিয়ে নিছে এবং এখানে এখন কোনো মেসেজ দেওয়া যাচ্ছে না। তো ডোন্ট ওয়ারি অ্যাবাউট দিস, বাট আমি আপনাদেরকে জাস্ট এটা এশিওর করব যে কোনো ভাই যদি ওইখানে ফোনে আপনার কাছে টাকা চায় বা আপনার পাসকোড চায়, প্লিজ দয়া করে আপনারা এই মিস্টেকটা করবেন না। যদি টাকা দিতে হয় আপনার কোনো একদম আপন ভাই বা আপন ফ্রেন্ড, জাস্ট কল ওই ব্রাদারকে। আগে কল দেন যে তুমি কি পয়সা চাইছো নাকি রিয়েলি? তারপরে আপনি পয়সা দেন। ডো নট মেক এনি মিস্টেক লাইক দিস। কারণ এখানে এইভাবে করে তারা অনেক পয়সা কিন্তু খুইয়ে নিতেছে। এজন্য আমি আমাদের মসজিদ আদমের আমাদের মুসল্লিরা খুবই স্মার্ট। প্লিজ ডো নট ডু দিস। ওকে? আর মসজিদ আদমের যে গ্রুপটা হ্যাক হইছে, ডোন্ট ওয়ারি অ্যাবাউট দিস। ইনশাআল্লাহ উইল রিকভার দিস। asking you money. Okay, so please be careful for that. And মনোর ভাই আমাদের ওয়েলকাম রমাদান কোন দিন?
জি, আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমাদের ওয়েলকাম রমাদান প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে ২ মার্চ ইনশাআল্লাহ শনিবার। আ আম ইমাম দেলোয়ার হোসেন ভাই আসবেন এবং ইনশাআল্লাহ গুরুত্বপূর্ণ আলোচনা হবে। বিশেষ করে যাকাত এবং সাওমের উপরে প্রশ্নোত্তর অনুষ্ঠান হবে। আপনারা যাদের প্রশ্ন আছে মেহেরবানি করে প্রশ্নগুলো যদি আপনারা আগে আমাদেরকে লিখে দেন তাহলে ওগুলো আমরা মেহমানের কাছে পাঠিয়ে দেব এবং ইনশাআল্লাহ আপনারা আপনাদের মনের অনেক প্রশ্নের উত্তর পেয়ে যাবেন ইনশাআল্লাহ। জাযাকুমুল্লাহ খাইর। প্রোগ্রামটা মাগরিবের পরে শুরু হবে। ইনশাআল্লাহ এশা পর্যন্ত চলবে আরকি। জাযাকুমুল্লাহ। আর প্রশ্ন জমা দেওয়ার শেষ তারিখ হচ্ছে ২৬ তারিখ। ইনশাআল্লাহ এর মধ্যে আপনারা প্রশ্ন জমা দেবেন। আমরা প্রশ্নগুলো মেহমানের কাছে পাঠিয়ে দেব।